Ladies and gentlemen, I am now delighted to present your new president, Dr. Christopher Fiorentino.
Thank you. Thank you. I was a graduate student at Temple University working on a PhD in economics, and an opportunity came along to have a full-time one-year sabbatical replacement job that paid a little better. When this opportunity came up, it was absolutely something I jumped at. And so I came and interviewed for the job, and I was hired for a one-year sabbatical replacement. Came down and got an apartment down here in Westchester, expecting to be here 1 year, not 33. In 1983, Westchester was known for certain specific programs of study. At this point, we really have high-quality programs across the board, and we're respected really in all areas of the academics for the institution. That's really the biggest change that exists. I worked with the dean. We had a new dean come in 1987. And after 5 years, she decided to move on, and she suggested to me that she felt I had leadership potential and that I should submit my name to be interim dean. And at that point, I'd been teaching for a long time, not only at Westchester, but before that in graduate school. And I thought it might be a nice break to do the interim dean job for a year, try something different, and then after they hired a new dean, go back to the classroom. One of the other deans suggested that I had done a good job and that I should probably apply for the job, which really had not seriously occurred to me up to that point. And my wife Sue and I talked about it, and we decided to throw the hat in the ring, never expecting that I would actually be hired. And a lot of what I encountered at Westchester, we were historically poorly funded. The faculty didn't expect a lot of support. And I came along and suggested that we should try some new things, and I was able to acquire the resources to put behind it. And essentially people started to buy into that. They realized that we could do better. I created a vision, provided the resources, and encouraged people to go down a new path with me. There was a time early during the deanship where I was focusing a lot on resource acquisition. We moved into the accreditation cycles and really focused on program quality. And the fundraising for the new building, we needed a new facility. And I happened to be in a position to be able to go out and start to solicit gifts, to talk about the vision for the business school that I had been so focused on. And the president was supportive of that, which was great. I was able to actually be directly involved in it. We were very entrepreneurial at Westchester, still are, and I was given the opportunity to essentially create a self-support operation. The resources that were generated by the activities in the facility were going to pay for the facility, which is unusual. And we were able to do that, and we were able to do it quite successfully. And that was a huge benefit. It's where we housed the MBA program, the MSA program that eventually became the MPA program. So we've had graduate programs in this off-campus location that essentially is a building that paid for itself with the activity in the building. This was a major 47,000 square foot Class A building that we were using fully to support the academic programs of the university. So that was certainly a different sort of satellite from anything that had happened before. Well, this was something that Greg Weisenstein, the president at the time, was very interested in doing. And he felt that there were great opportunities for us to expand beyond the physical campus, which we were rapidly outgrowing. He didn't want to take a lot of time bringing somebody in and having that person become familiar with the community and the stakeholders and so forth. And so he called me in one day and he offered me the job and said that he felt that I was ideally placed for this job because I was engaged in the community. I had, for 20 years as dean, was involved with chambers of commerce and other agencies and governmental people and the business community, and so I knew everybody and I could hit the ground running, whereas if he brought somebody else in, it would take a couple of years for somebody to get up to speed. And so he made me that offer, came in the next day and accepted the job, and then started right away trying to expand the external activities. One of the big things, of course, was the Philadelphia campus that we were just in the process of opening. A lot of opportunity for students in Philadelphia to benefit from the state universities. What the system decided to do was to greatly expand the offerings of programs in Philadelphia. And there are a lot of students in Philadelphia who simply aren't in a position to come out to Chester County to go to college. So we're taking the programs to them. And so this is really providing great opportunity for students who would not otherwise be in a position to attend a state university. And of course, the cost and the value proposition is huge. If you talk to the faculty in the College of Business and Public Affairs during the time that I was dean, I kept, as we were hiring people, I kept promising that we were getting this new building, and I was reminiscing with a few of them recently. They were talking about how, yeah, you promised me that building 10 years ago and 5 years ago and so forth, and it was a long process to get all the approvals and get all the funding and so forth, but to finally see this incredible new state-of-the-art facility come to fruition and be getting thank you notes from the faculty and great comments from the students. And the biggest comment from the students is that even students who aren't taking classes in the building are finding their way over there just to be there, to study there. It's really being utilized very effectively. And seeing that from a dream through the entire fundraising process, the design and construction process, and then being there as president for the grand opening was just an amazing experience. I walked into the room with Sue at my side, and there was a huge response, overwhelming response, and I was overwhelmed by the response. We actually weren't in session at the time, and I wasn't sure how many people were going to be in the room, but it was actually quite full. And the group was very enthusiastic. And I guess the thing I perceived was that it was very exciting to see this response, and that it was really based on the excitement that people were feeling about where we were going to be going from here. And I felt a great immediate sense of responsibility for delivering on the expectations. I knew what I was getting myself into. The schedule is intense. If you have a spouse, your spouse is in it with you, and that I think that's taken some adjusting to for us, because it does impact what used to be our free time. But I think that having been a dean for a long time and interacting with presidents and really being aware of what it's all about, I haven't really been surprised. We feel we have a very bright future. There are lots of challenges in higher education in general, public higher education, certainly in Pennsylvania. But the challenges create opportunities, and we believe that we are on a strong financial footing right now. We have a clear sense of direction in terms of what it is that we need to do to prepare students for the future, for the jobs that exist and for jobs that don't even exist yet. I'm working with an outstanding team of people focusing on our new general education core, making sure that we're providing the students with the skills that they need to be successful workers and successful citizens in the world of the future. So you can look for big things from West Chester University in the future. Sue ended up as a student here, and two of my children have been students here. Sue is now a faculty member here. So we have very deep roots in Westchester University, and the opportunity not just to be a university president, but to be the president of this institution is really indescribable to me. It's just very special.